Many say he's the greatest of all time. He's the NBA GOAT who will never be surpassed. But what are the chances that someone currently in the league could be the next Michael Jordan? Let's break down why 4 modern basketball stars might be the next to wear Jordan's crown. First, let's discuss what you need to be mentioned in the conversation. If we were to create a mold to recreate MJ, there are several features and skills that must be named to truly be like Mike. First, there's the height. MJ is 6'6", and anyone who wants to be compared should be close to that. Then there's the scoring ability that Jordan had. A player has to shoot with accuracy and explosiveness. He has to be hell on his opponent's defense. After that, it's the athleticism. MJ had a battery in him that just didn't drain. The man never quit, and he poured his heart and soul into each and every game, time and time again. Following that, we have to consider things like Jordan's defensive prowess, his work ethic, and his basketball IQ. Plus, we cannot forget his leadership abilities and his clutch performances that often shine. As you can see, it isn't easy to be considered the next MJ, but who comes close? In the past, we have heard names like Kobe Bryant, but let's focus on active players on today's NBA rosters who are doing their best to become MJ 2.0. Before we dive in though, do us a huge favor by liking this video and hitting that subscribe button. We have so much more basketball content to offer you, so it's the perfect time for you to subscribe and see all that Hoop Central has to offer. Just like the NBA season, we're just getting started. Now let's get back to the video. First up on the list, we have Anthony Edwards. When he bursts into a room or onto the court, you feel it. The 6'4" guard has a presence that's impossible to ignore, similar to Jordan in his younger days. He's loud, confident, and has more swagger in his pinky than most players have in their entire bodies. Jordan had the same swagger, the kind that makes opponents shrink and fans cheer before the games even started. On the court, Edwards is an athletic freak. He flies like an eagle when attacking the basket, using his 225 pounds of pure muscle to body opponents in the paint. Every rim-rocking dunk has the flavor of a young Jordan slamming on the heads of some poor souls who thought they could stop him. Edwards has mastered that fearless drive to the hoop, daring anyone to challenge him. But his offensive game is more than just dunks. Edwards has developed a smooth shooting form, knocking down threes and mid-range jumpers with ease.
Oh, little ball fake, pull up.
Jordan wasn't known for his three-point shooting, but his mid-range game, second to none. Edwards has the same potential, adding layers to his offensive bag that will make him unguardable as he matures. Defensively, Edwards is still figuring it out, but the tools are all there. His physical gifts give him the potential to be a lockdown defender, and when he's locked in, he can terrorize opponents on the perimeter. Jordan was a Defensive Player of the Year, and Edwards has that in his horizon if he decides to pour his energy into becoming a true two-way menace. What sets Edwards apart is his magnetic personality. This guy doesn't just play basketball, he makes it an event. Whether he's trash-talking opponents, hyping up his teammates, or dropping hilarious sound bites in post-game interviews, he's got that Jordan charisma. He's the kind of player who players and fans can get behind, and that's where leadership starts.
So I just had to trust my teammates, man. They kept trapping me even though I was off. So I just had to make the right play throughout the rest of the game, and I did that, and my teammates made shots, man. So big shout out to those guys.
It's no surprise that in the Netflix documentary series Starting Five, Edwards is compared to Jordan. There are many people who see this resemblance. In fact, pretty hard to ignore at this point. I mean, take a look at these side-by-side comparisons.
He'll put up a three. Bullseye!
It's as if he laced up some of MJ's shoes just like Lil Bow Wow did, and like Mike. Next up, we have Jimmy Butler. If Michael Jordan had an apprentice who embodied his ruthless competitive edge and unmatched will to win, Jimmy Butler might just be that guy. Butler's journey from a kid with a rocky upbringing to an NBA superstar mirrors Jordan's relentless drive to succeed. Butler, like Jordan, wasn't handed anything on a silver platter. He fought for every inch, every point, and every win. If you want to talk about a fighter, you have to talk about Jimmy Butler.
Butler drives, and he's fouled. And Butler right now is exhausted with 46.7 remaining.
Butler, a bump, the grind, the gyration, and the two in the foul.
And they're having words. Look at this.
That. Nose to nose, eye to eye.
Standing at 6'7" with broad shoulders and a rugged build, Butler has the physical tools to dominate both ends of the floor. But it's his mental makeup that most resembles Jordan. Butler, like MJ, is a straight-up competitor. He's got that dog in him. He'll go toe-to-toe with anyone, no matter their size, no matter the stakes. If there's a loose ball, Jimmy's diving for it. If the game's on the line, Jimmy's demanding the ball. Like Jordan, Butler thrives in the clutch. His scoring ability might not be as jaw-dropping as Edwards, but it's ridiculously timely. Jimmy just knows how to get a bucket when it matters most. His 56-point playoff masterpiece against the Bucks in 2023 felt like vintage Jordan. He hit shot after shot, ignoring fatigue, double teams, and pressure, willing his team to victory. There's a cold-bloodedness to Butler's game that screams Jordan, particularly when the game slows down and you need one man to take over.
Robinson, Lowry to Butler, and Butler pulls up over Holiday. Middleton with Butler driving right into it.
Defensively, Butler is an absolute beast. He's always in the right place at the right time, playing the passing lanes like a chess master setting up traps. His IQ on defense mirrors Jordan's ability to read opponents, anticipate moves, and make them pay for it. Like Jordan, Butler takes pride in locking down the opposing team's best player, daring them to try to get by him. Butler's leadership is also pure Jordan. He's no nonsense. He's demanding. Sometimes he's harsh, but he commands respect because he's always the hardest worker on the floor. He won't accept anything less from his teammates, and if you're not willing to pull your weight, you're going to hear about it. He leads by example, dragging his team to heights they might not otherwise reach. If that isn't a Jordan quality, what is? Next up, we have Jayson Tatum. He might not be as flashy or loud as Anthony Edwards or Jimmy Butler, but don't let his calm demeanor fool you. He's a killer on the court, just like Michael Jordan before him. Standing at 6'8" with a 6'11" wingspan, Tatum possesses a unique combination of size and skill that makes him one of the most dangerous scorers in the league today. His game, like Jordan's, is surgical. Tatum's scoring bag is deeper than a magician's hat. He can hit you from anywhere on the court, whether it's pulling up for a three, hitting a silky mid-range jumper, or finishing at the rim with a smooth array of layups and dunks.
Tatum, good ball fake, one more, Tatum!
Like Jordan, Tatum thrives in isolation, using his footwork, dribbling moves, and deadly fadeaway jumper to create separation from defenders. He's become one of the NBA's premier scorers, averaging close to 30 points per game and still improving. While Jordan was known for his scoring prowess, his defensive chops were just as elite, and Tatum is no slouch at that end either. His length and athleticism allow him to guard multiple positions, and he's often tasked with defending the opposing team's best player. While his defense might not get the same headlines as his offense, it's a crucial part of his game that's reminiscent of Jordan's ability to lock down anyone, anytime.
So far in this game, 7 on 5 votes. Still have to play in the third.
Tatum with the block, yeah.
Tatum's leadership is more understated compared to a fiery figure like Butler, but make no mistake, he leads. He's the calm at the center of the storm, and his teammates look to him when things get chaotic. There's a quiet confidence in Tatum, just like Jordan's ability to stay composed in the biggest moments. He doesn't need to yell or scream to get his point across. His performance speaks volumes. One thing must be mentioned. In the past, people said Kobe was the future MJ, and Tatum looked up to Kobe more than anyone else. Tatum spent so much time watching Kobe that he mirrored his game to be like his. So, if Kobe was said to be like Mike, and Tatum has mirrored Kobe's game, could Tatum be the next MJ? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And now, on to Kawhi Leonard. A man of few words. He lets his game do the talking. Much like Michael Jordan, Kawhi is a ruthless assassin on the court, meticulously dissecting defenses with a level of efficiency that's almost robotic. He's not going to hit you with flashy quotes or fiery speeches, but his aura is undeniable. MJ has said, there's a last-minute game-winning shot to be made, I want the ball. And Kawhi proved that he is that guy.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
At 6'7" and 225 pounds, Kawhi has a physical profile eerily similar to Jordan. He uses his strengths, wingspan, and insanely massive hands to dominate on both ends of the floor. Offensively, Leonard's game is about precision. He might not have the same aerial acrobatics as a young Jordan, but his mid-range game is every bit as deadly. In fact, Leonard's offensive style is perhaps the closest thing we've seen to Jordan in the modern NBA. He thrives in isolation, uses pump fakes and pivots to create space, and has a fadeaway jumper that will make Jordan smile.
Backs him back down. Fades and fires, and he'll be a free agent at year's end, which is the reason why perhaps San Antonio might be looking to move him. Leonard for three.
Jayson is defending Kawhi Leonard. Across the lane with the fadeaway.
Defensively, Kawhi is on a different planet. Jordan was known as one of the greatest defenders of all time. but Leonard might be even better in some respects. His ability to shut down opposing stars is legendary. The Claw smothers players with his suffocating defense, using his length and timing to rip the ball away or block shots at the rim. When Leonard locks in defensively, it's like watching Jordan go into predator mode, only the prey never escapes. Though Kawhi isn't the vocal leader that Jordan was, he commands respect through his sheer will and focus. His work ethic is unmatched, and despite his quiet demeanor, his teammates always know who is in charge and who to defer to. Kawhi, 24/7. The guy is a master of the ball and, like MJ, a proven champion. Of course, this is just a small list of guys who could be the next Jordan. The great thing about the NBA and its current crop of talent is that this group is always growing. Whether it's one of these players or someone else who hasn't even entered the league yet, the second coming of Jordan is coming, only a matter of time. Thank you for joining us for our list of who could be the next Michael Jordan. Put in the comments below which one of these guys you think is the most like Mike. And of course, if there's someone you thought was more deserving, put them in the comments below too, so we can get started on our next video. Plus, like this video and subscribe to our channel so you get the latest content right when it drops. Until then, sometimes I dream that he is me, like Mike. If I could be like Mike, I wanna be like Mike.